Greetings, YouTube. Happy Tuesday, or whatever day you might be watching this video. Thanks for clicking on it. It's pretty cool when you can have somebody come through with a pretty exciting Colossus fight. Now, of course, this is against the Winter Soldier, somebody who is in desperate need of a health care plan upgrade, a buff to his health care plan, if you will. This is from OmegaMan, which is funny. I grew up in the Super Nintendo Sega Genesis era where Mega Man was a huge deal. Kind of like Earthworm Jim. I don't know if this means anything to most people, probably not. But at the same time, when I see OmegaMan sent this, I think, oh, I am in royal company. And he used the classic Colossus synergy team. You got Wolverine and Magneto, but also throwing Emma and Omega Red in there. So you have all mutants, and that, I guess, is quite fitting for this month's event that really depends fully on whether or not you have a mutant to explore it, since you have mutant gates in all levels of the Mr. Sinister labs. But let's watch this fight. This is in the beta, as you can see in the top left. It is a SIG 200 565 Colossus, so this is Colossus at his best with a great synergy team. It was sent to me in the lineup, so yes, it is compressed, but hopefully not so much that you can't at least appreciate the fighting style. And you can see already that the Special 1 did a good amount of damage, and that Fury was active, which certainly helps. I love fighting Winter Soldier because dexing the Special 1 is super easy. Now, one decision I've seen made in a lot of these fights is just spamming that heavy. So you can see it's parry and heavy strategy. Parry, heavy. And the heavy is doing an impressive amount of damage. It kind of reminds me of some of the damage we've seen of a high ranked up Wasp with her heavy. And, sometimes it's nice to put a perfect fight on YouTube, but I kind of appreciate that this summoner gets hit a few times and makes this a pretty realistic fight for the average player. I'm not saying this guy's average. I'm just saying sometimes it's intimidating because no matter how you think you're doing in a gameplay video, people will tear you apart. You're not parrying enough. You're parrying too much. You're not intercepting enough. You're taking too much damage. You should have dexed. You should have changed the way you did specials. You should have ended combos with a medium instead of a light. You should have started combos with a medium instead of a light. All of these things I've heard for years, and they do haunt me. Even though most of the time they're absolutely right. But look at that 16k crit on the special too, and now he had a 9k crit on the first hit of the heavy. So pretty awesome. He's also built up the armor to 19 stacks, which is really high. 9k for that. What I also appreciate, and that was a big K, was at 24. What I appreciate about this too is there's no suicides involved, right? If I was doing this, I would be having the utility of increased attack with the suicide masteries, but I would also be taking quite a bit of recoil damage every time I use a special. So didn't have to worry about that, and still lets himself get hit, but you'll also notice that the damage is minimal because of how many armors he's stacking. This is going to be very stressful if you're fighting a 565 SIG 200 Colossus in Alliance War, because that 3-minute timer could doom you. This is going to force people to try to use boosts, which are expensive. And look at those crits. Boy, 26k on the heavy. That is a thumbnail nominee if I can grab that screenshot perfectly. 11k and then a 26k. We got the 21 stacks armor, 11, 13, and look at that knockout. That was a fantastic Colossus fight, and he took him down in 62 hits. So, yeah, OmegaMan, you are the man. And you were just showing in less than 5 minutes how the new Colossus with the right synergy, with no boosts and no suicide mastery setup, can still hit like a tank. This is one of those champions that I think actually I endorse ranking up for both offense and defense, unlike somebody like Korg, who I still think is a offensive liability at best. But yeah, OmegaMan, thanks for the video. I'm going to throw this on YouTube with the commentary added and hope that you enjoy. In the meantime, have a great rest of your Tuesday, YouTube. As always, thanks for supporting my channel and passing on awesome videos like this to give the community an idea of some of the potential of an awesome beta test champ.